I embrace you all in the world of English with Sakshi Khanna once again, but today's specially designed lecture for grade 12, book VISTA, and the chapter, it's very important. The story name is Should Wizard Hit Mommy, written by John Hoyer Updike. Okay, so before I start the chapter, I brief you up. I just want to share one problem which I am getting from you people only. Okay, so I checked and I assessed as well. I just want to tell you one thing that guys, the video lesson which I am providing you, this is purely based on the listening. You need to listen, you need to focus over the listening only, because I am giving you all the PDF based form text to write or the content text to write. Okay, that's differently on your personal walls as well as in the group. So please remember the video, because the quality for writing purpose is really not good, but you need to focus over the listening. First you need to just listen. Close your eyes, put on my lesson and just listen, because I am giving you every content in writing form as well. So please don't waste your time while writing the things from the video lesson. The quality is not clear, okay, because I want to focus over the listening. First of all, you need to understand the concept what I am telling you, even it's a story or a grammar concept. So you got my point. Today's onward, you need to focus over the listening in my video lesson, and content for writing I will give you separately, even though I am giving you. Okay, so please don't get confused, don't perplexed on the things. Move on smoothly. Video lesson for listening, and what is that? Content for writing. Both the things are separate, and please attempt separately. We can do at one time only one thing. So please focus over listening in my video lesson. So shall we move on to the story? The story Should Wizard Hit Mommy. The story Should Wizard Hit Mommy, book VISTA, grade 12, chapter 3, written by John Hoyer Updike. This story revolves around the conflicting views. Conflicting means contradict, separate views of a child and a parent on the child's future. This story revolves around the conflicting views of a child and a parent on the child's future. Different views. Parents are thinking in some other way. Children have their own perspective. Parents express their own expectations. It's very common to understand. It's a very common theme even. They desire that their children should grow up as per their expectations. Whatever they want, children should do the same. However, the children have their own ambitions and aspirations. So the story begins by telling us about Jack. Jack, a gentleman in the story who has two little kids. And the father has a routine. The story begins by telling us about Jack, a gentleman in the story, has two little kids. The father has a routine of telling a story to his daughter every evening and on Saturday afternoon nap. Saturday afternoon naps are the sleeping time at noon, because Saturday are considered as weekend day, first weekend, okay, of the week, and we consider a little resting. So small resting period known as nap. This time when he was telling her a story, she interrupts the same routine, but here the daughter interrupts him and asks him some questions. Wherever she feels that things that are being told are not right, she considers something which is not good, means not acceptable. Okay, so she feels that things that are being told are not right, unacceptable. So Jack now finds himself, the father now finds himself in a fix and does not know how to resolve Joe's question. Okay, so this was the short overview of the summary of the story which I told you. So I tell you, now we are moving to the plot of the story, where we will discuss the major incident, okay, in the story, and tomorrow we will be having line by line explanation of the story, and this chapter will be finished again in 3 parts. In today's part, the plot of the story, major incidents, Okay, so in the story, let's see what questions were raised by the daughter, why she felt this is unacceptable, and how father felt himself helpless, speechless to explain, to resolve the problem which raised after asking the question by the daughter to the father. Let's see the story in detail. Let's begin with the theme. The theme is about the relation of a little girl and her parents, about the fantasy of children. Look, children's mind is full of fantasy. Reality very less, practical they don't think, and the messages of the stories for them. Whatever they listen in the story, they feel that is real only. It's all about the fiction world that only we can understand. Being adult we can understand, but children hardly understand. So this was a situation that they were feeling the fantasy of the mind. It's a reality of the world, but indeed it's an untrue statement. It's not reality, it's not practical. It's good in the books but never in the practical life. Just little bit about the author of the story. Should visit Hit Mommy. About the writer, John Hoyer Updike was an American novelist, poet, short story writer, art critic and literary critic. Born 18 March 1932, Reading, Pennsylvania, United States. Died 27 January 2009, Danvers, Massachusetts, United States. You are thinking that why I am considering the writer, because there is no specific question for the writers, for the authors. But yes, in the poem there is specific question. We need to explain about the poet as well. So here I just want you people to be in the habit to understand about the story with the author mentality. You will see that what type of structure, and you will be in the habit when doing the poem, or later in the higher education, if you are considering English as your major concern, then you need to give about the author also little detail. So it's an habit. I just want to create a habit in your learning culture. That's why I'm sharing bit. That is why I share always the bit, and I say this is just bit about the author. Okay, the opening scene of the story. Should visit Hit the Mommy. The story begins when Jack is telling stories to his 4-year-old daughter, Jo. 4-year-old daughter, to put her to sleep on Saturday evenings. All these stories are made up by him. It shows it's all fiction. When the things of fiction or events are created, then we get speechless, okay, to give the answer. So this is the question and answer I have given you. That why he got speechless, because he had created only. So this started 2 years ago. Every story is a variation of the same tale, and it starts with the same Roger and imaginary animal. There was an imaginary character of an animal named Roger. Okay, the major character, imaginary animal character, was the same in every time. Okay, what creates the variation? Every story has some variation. Now see, what was the variation? Let's see that. He would go to the wise owl to solve his problem. Whatever the problem raised, okay, in the story, while telling, I'm telling you the incident, okay, not the story. So don't feel like that he would go to the wise owl, how all appeared in the story. Okay, so the major incident of the story, because we are dealing with the plot of the story, should visit Hit Mommy. So he would go to the wise owl to solve his problems. Who? Roger. The owl would direct him to the wizard. Wizard, you all know, who would do magic and solve his problems and demand money in return. Roger would be short of money and would go to a well as directed by the wizard and will get the money from there and would pay him off. So I tell you what happened. In detail you will understand, but I just brief you up about some problem raised while the father was telling the story to the daughter. Okay, so in the story the major character means Roger got some problem, and problem for the solution he went to the wise all guided him to go to wizard asked to ask the money to solve out the problem in favor of solving the problem. So he was short of money. So he was directed to pay the money to the wizard properly if he wants to solve the problem. Next major incident. Roger would be happy to solve his problems. Definitely, if our problems are solved, we feel happy. Sure, very true. We feel happy internally and would play with his friends happily. His father would return on the train and the family would have a delicious dinner. That day, Joe wants it to be a Roger Skunk story who smells very bad, and that is why no other animal wants to play with him. They will tease him saying, "Stinky skunk." So here, this time when his father came to Joe on Saturday evening, he started the story with the same character Roger, but another animal, that was skunk. Sometime rat, sometime fish, but this time it was skunk story, sometimes squirrel as well. But this time animal was changed. That was skunks. So it was skunk story who smells very badly, and that is why he was not liked by all other animals in the area around, and they didn't come to play with him, and they will tease him saying stinky skunk all the time. So this was the feeling of the skunk animal, of the animal who got stinky smell, and that was in the nature. It was his identity. It was that animal's identity. Okay, that smell was identity. It was natural. So they were teasing, other animals were teasing him saying stinky skunk. So next incident, let's move. Next incident happened while listening the story. Joe connected personally to the major character Roger. Roger would cry. At this point Joe started feeling connected with the character, and kids are like that. And she also starts crying. She also started crying with the story. Joe insists on sending Roger's skunk to the owl. This reaction of Joe surprises father, and he realizes the growing changes in the child. When she suggested his father that while listening some story, we also give our own suggestion, in the same way she gave her own suggestion, and that time, first time, father realized that his daughter is growing up now. Okay, and he felt that change in the nature of the baby, of the daughter. Finally, the owl directs Roger Skunk to the wizard, and he gets the smell of roses. Okay, so owl directed to go to the wizard. Wizard converted the stinky smell to the smell of beautiful roses, and problem was solved. Now wizard asked for money, and money he was not having. Let's see how he paid. Next major incident in the story, Skunk's happiness. After getting the beautiful roses smell in his body, Skunk was too happy. Skunk is too happy and runs into the wood, means into the jungle, to meet and greet all the animals who were hating him badly because of his foul smell. All the animals gather around Skunk and they all play games. Can you feel the changes in the first statement? Yes, Skunk got happiness because he got the company of his friends all around, because now he was not stinking badly. He was giving the smell of fresh beautiful roses. When Skunk reaches home, his mother is annoyed. She got irritated and doesn't like that smell. She didn't like that smell. Why? Now this was the question. Even though it was the good point, he got smell of roses instead of stinky. No, he was becoming famous. He was becoming famous and very much close to all his animals' friend. But mother didn't like that. She got irritated with that smell which he got, but he was happy. Mother was unhappy. This was the question, and here the daughter stuck badly that why mother was unhappy. And from here the title had come, should Wizard hit mommy or mommy hit Wizard? Okay, let's move on. You will understand automatically. She takes him back to the wizard. Mother took Skunk back to the wizard to get the same identity. Same identity means the same smell, the natural smell of skunk, and hits him on the head. She takes him back to the wizard, okay, and hits him on the head and orders him to restore Skunk's earlier smell, means to get back the same smell, the natural smell. Now this was a confusion in the mind of the daughter, that if children are happy, then why parents are not happy? Mother should feel happy because the child was feeling so happy playing with other animals. Now he was not badly hated by all. What was the problem of the mother, and why mother hit wizard? Wizard should hit mommy. So this was the question, should wizard hit mommy? She was thinking, not the mommy hit wizard. Wizard should hit mommy. She was asking, wizard should hit mommy because wizard has made the child skunk, the baby of the mother, happy. But mommy is not feeling that happiness of the child, baby skunk. So why she is hitting the wizard? Wizard should hit mommy. Joe doesn't like this. This was a confusion and this was a problem. She got even angry. Look at the behavior, how she reacted. She is angry at the behavior of Roger's mother. She wants the wizard to hit Roger's mommy. She wants the wizard to hit Roger's mommy, but father disagrees. Father disagrees and defends Skunk's mother, saying mothers are always right. Now, father was disagree on the statement, and simply father said, whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, whatever the condition, a mother is always right. But Joe is adamant and angry, means she was not getting convinced with this statement. Joe argues with father, but father exerts his authority as a storyteller and doesn't change it. Father was also intact with the same statement, being a storyteller, and he didn't change anything. Okay, so finally Roger Skunk comes back home with his mommy, and gradually other animals also get used to his smell and start playing with him. Look at the last statement. What happened? Wizard gave him the same smell, reverted him everything back, the same foul smell. Now finally Roger Skunk comes back home with his mommy because mommy fought with the wizard because she wanted the same foul natural smell, his own identification back. And gradually, slowly, other animals also get used to his smell and started playing with him. See how the major change had happened in the story. All the animals, those who were hating him badly, now they were coming to him gradually. Why? Because not of the roses smell was not there. Now the same natural foul smell was there. This was the importance of the identity, natural identity of a character which we should never lose. Joe was disagreed to that this can happen and refuses to sleep because he was told by the father the story just for the sleeping purpose. It was a routine only, but she was getting connected to the character so closely, emotionally, and she cried even. She got angry badly She didn't accept the story. She refused to sleep. Reacted badly, and she refused to sleep. She wants another story in which mommy is hit. Now she demanded for another story where mommy got hit by the wizard. But Jack refuses and confronts Joe and threatens and orders her to sleep, as normally our parents do. They confront, refuse, and convince us. We should also. And if you see the story, the child was badly hated. Okay, the skunk was badly hated because of the foul smell. But later, when he got the same smell back, means the natural smell back, all the animals were coming to him. So there was no problem at all, even though he got back to the same foul smell. Still, all were together. Jack was in dilemma. Dilemma when we are in such situation, we stuck up in the situation this way or that way. Because he knows that his pregnant wife is working downstairs all alone and he must help her. He was in the hurry to help the pregnant lady. The wife was pregnant and he wanted to go to the mother, means the wife, back. So he was just forcing and he wanted direly that the girl should sleep off. He feels trapped and uneasy, caught in a difficult situation because child refused to sleep and he got speechless to convince the girl with the story of that particular evening, that Saturday evening. With the tears in the eyes, she refused to sleep and made the father in helpless situation where he was unable to convince the little baby. So the story raises a moral issue. Yes, it's a moral issue which the girl raised. Issue: should parents always decide what the children should do or let the children do what they like to do? Because there was a wish of the child, skunk child, to be around always with his friends. But they were hating him badly because of his foul smell. So there is an evident contrast between an adult's perspective mean the parent on life, and the world view of a little child. Contradictory statement. Children are thinking something else. They're demanding something else. But parents are expecting in some other way. Jack the father defends the behavior of Roger, Skunk's mother. Jack supported fully to the mother's nature and convinced the girl by saying this: whatever the situation, mothers are always right. Who forced the old wizard to restore the natural but offensive smell? Offensive means not good, not liked by everyone. To Roger Skunk. He sums up the issue in just one sentence. So this sentence the girl didn't like, which he made. The sentence he made, she knew what was right as to why the little skunk agreed to her mother's proposal, and little skunk also agreed to mother's proposal. The skunk didn't offend much and agreed to her mother's proposal. Jack says that the little skunk loved his mommy more than he loved all the other animals. Because Jack cites an instance here with an example he just explained. When Roger Skunk was in bed, means he got sick, mommy skunk came up, hugged him. Nobody came to him, only mother came to him and said he smelled like her little baby skunk again, and she loved him very much. And afterwards, all the animals were gradually supporting him. So this was a story about. Tomorrow we will be discussing the theme, okay, and the line by line explanation. We will start tomorrow with the PDF based text content or the textbook itself. Okay, so I am reminding you that you need to focus in my video lesson only the listening. Okay guys, see you tomorrow with the explanation, detailed explanation of the story, and I hope you will be getting what I suggested you today in the lesson. Fine? So see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay protected, love your parents, support your parents. Goodbye.